G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I got a really special one for you. Today it is the comparison between the Acebeam P18, the Acebeam P17, and the Acebeam P16, all from the Defender series. Let's check them out. Alright, so I guess starting off with the max outputs, the Acebeam P18 maxes out at 5,000 lumens, and that is pushed out by 4 SFT40 luminous LEDs. And that has a smooth reflector coming out of each of the LEDs there. The Acebeam P17 has a max output of 4,900 lumens. It does have glass breaking beads on the top of the bezel, which is the only light out of these three that has that. It has a somewhat rippled reflector there, as you can see. And that is pushed out by a Cree XHP70.3 high LED, which is that good looking thing down there. Beautiful. And we've got the P16. That has a max output of 1800 lumens. And that has actually a TIR optic lens. And that is pushed out by an SFT40 LED. As you can see here, that bezel is probably my favorite kind of bezel. It is, somewhat a strike bezel, but it's not too full on. Although I must say the glass breaking beads on that bezel are awesome. Very, very cool. So if we just look at the size difference here, so you've got 16, 17, and 18. Your 17 and 18 are probably the most similar. They are two 21-700s. They've both got the same two-way pocket clip. And as you can see here, the P16 has more of a deep carry two-way pocket clip, but still a two-way pocket clip. They all have the exact same tail switch configuration. So they've all got primary switches and all got mode switches. The P17 and P18 have 3 modes. They have a daily mode, a tactical 1 mode, and a tactical 2 mode, whereas the P16 only has a daily mode and a tactical mode, which are both fine. It's nice to have that extra mode in the 17 and 18, but it's not a deal breaker by a long shot. Now, if we have a look at the heads all together, so having a look at the heads all together, you can see how much different the size gets. I mean, from the P16 all the way up to P18, that is a massive, massive difference in size. So speaking of size, let's just measure each of them. So the P16, its face comes in at 3 centimeters. The 17 face comes in at 4 centimeters, so a whole centimeter bigger. And the P18 face comes in at 5 centimeters. So each upgrade is upgraded by a centimeter in the head every time. Now, if we just go to the length, the P16 comes in at 12.5 centimeters and then 13 centimeters if you include the tail clicky. The P17 comes in at 14 centimeters and 14.5 if you include the tail clicky. So that's a centimeter and a half longer from the P16 to the P17. And then the P18 comes in at 14 centimeters and 14.5 with the tail clicky. So the P17 and P18 are identical in height. It is just the face that is the difference, the head. That's it. That is seriously it. Same width, obviously, because they're both 21-700s. This one is going to be obviously thinner, being an 18-650. That's them next to the Hunter Pro Victorinox. So probably about the same size as the P16, but then the 17 and 18 tower over it. Now let's do the weight difference. The weight of the P16 comes in at 160.5 grams. The P17 comes in at 232.35 grams, 3635. Okay, so we've got 160 and then 232. So that's 72 grams heavier already with the P17. And then the P18 comes in at 258. So about almost another 30 grams heavier from the P17. Now, all of those I weighed have their batteries in them. Okay. So let's do some comparisons of beam shots. So the P16 on turbo there it's being pushed out through the TIR optic lens. So has a very tight hotspot, 1800 lumen max, and you can see there very little bleeding. There is some spill, but very little bleeding because that TIR is just doing its thing. Now, comparing that to the P17, look at the difference in hotspot. Oh my God, that is crazy. So right here, we've got 1800 lumens. Right here, we've got 4900 lumens. Look at that. You just completely lose the P16 in the P17. That looks pretty cool. Looks like embryos separating. Oh, you've got twins. All right, sorry, let's be serious. So that is a major difference between hotspots there. That's just incredible. Now, I've only got two hands, guys, but if I can do this and keep it in the camera, that will be a miracle. Now, let's go the P18. Okay, so the P18 there. So P18 has a much tighter hotspot than the P17. I'm going to go ahead and say the P17 has a bigger hotspot. But the P18, its hotspot will be more intense and will certainly throw further. Now, I actually like the P17's hotspot. Get rid of the 16 for a second. So that is the P17 against the P18 there. P17 here, P18 here. Now you can see the P17 is heating up and it is stepping down. But those hotspots are very, very similar. I would say it's a little bit bigger in the P17 and much more intense in the P18 there. P18 here, P17 here. Now, both of these lights are heating up like crazy, just letting you know. This one here didn't heat up too quickly, although it did step down rather quickly. So in terms of functions, the P16 has a tactical mode and a daily mode. In daily mode, you have access to instant low, which is 50 lumens. And you can also access SOS mode if you press and hold the mode switch from on. That's SOS. Apart from that, you will get a low mode of 50, a medium mode of 260 lumens, a high mode of 900, and then a turbo of 1800. In tactical mode for the P16, you have a turbo, high, medium, low, and strobe. So the only difference is that your mode switch will hit instant strobe instead of instant low. And the way you change all these lights between modes is you press and hold the mode button, wait for 3 seconds, click the tail clicky whilst pressing and holding, and then you cycle through. Strobe means tactical, so let's get it into tactical. Now the only difference here is it still has memory mode, but when I press and hold the mode button, it goes into strobe, and that's from on or off. Okay, so get that back to daily mode. Now to swap to daily mode, SOS stands for daily mode. Click, now we're back in daily mode. The P17 has 3 modes. It has tactical mode 1, tactical mode 2, and a daily mode. So same thing with the P16, that daily mode can actually access ultra low. So there is no ultra low in the P16, whereas there is an ultra low in the P17 and the P18. Now, daily mode, you will be able to access SOS if you press and hold the mode button from on. Same as the P16. But in tactical mode, you will swap out SOS for strobe, and you will get rid of the ultra low. So in tactical mode 1 on the P17, strobe means tactical mode 1. So now press and hold the mode button, it goes into strobe from on or off. Okay? But you still have memory mode with this. So whatever output you leave it in, it will come back into, except for strobe. That's it. Now in tactical mode 2 for the P17, that's constant on, which stands for tactical mode 2. Thank you. Now in tactical mode 2, you will only have access to instant high from both clicks, from both the mode button and the primary switch, but you can cycle down to a medium mode or a low mode of 90 lumens and then an ultra low mode of 2 lumens, but no memory mode. It comes straight back on into high, 2000 lumens. So no matter what you hit from off, you're going to get 2000 lumens. And that's it. No strobe, no SOS, nothing. The P18 in daily mode, same as the P17. You have instant access to ultra low, which is 2 lumens. You also have access to SOS from on. So from on, you also have access to SOS, which is 2000 lumens. And you have memory mode, except for ultra low and SOS. Everything else, you can have memory mode. In tactical mode 1, remember we want strobe. That's tactical mode 1. In tactical mode 1, same as the P17, everything is the same except you don't get ultra low, now you get strobe. That's it. And you actually don't have an ultra low mode in tactical mode 1, you just have low, medium, high, turbo, and strobe. That's it. Now in tactical mode 2 of the P18, exactly the same as, so constant on, tactical mode 2, exactly the same as the P17. You will get instant access to high of 2000 lumens, both from the tactical switch and the mode switch. Simple as that. So in summary, the P16 is the most different out of them all. The P16 only has 2 modes, a tactical and a daily mode. The P16 has a TIR optic lens, and the P16 is an 18650. The P17 and P18 both have 3 modes, TAC 1, TAC 2, and daily. They are both 21700 lights. The major difference between these two would be the LED setup. So 4 luminous SFT 40 LEDs against 1 Cree XHP 70.3 high LED. You do have a difference in reflectors as well. You've got a slightly rippled one here and you've got smooth here. You've got a difference in bezels here. There is no glass breaking beads on the P18, whereas there is on the P17. And of course, there is a massive difference in the size of the head. So a full centimeter to be exact. Now let's go out and have a look at them at nighttime. We'll see the differences in beams, spread, all that sort of stuff, and then we'll come back and have a final chat. All right, see you in a sec. All right, the comparison. P17 on turbo. P18. P17. P18. 17. 18. 17, 18. I mean, the spill on the 18 absolutely annihilates the 17. The candela as well. You can see how tight that is. That's incredible. 17, 18, 17, 18, and the 16. There's the 16. Still pretty good. 16, 17, 16, 17. Major difference between the 16 and 17. Major difference in the size of the hotspot, but also the amount of spill. 17, 16, 17, 16, 17, 16, 17, 16. All right. 16, 17, 16. Got to remember the TIR lens on the 16. 18, 16, 18, 16, 18, 16, P18, P16, P18, P16. Amazing. So, as you would have guessed, the 16 has a much more tight, narrow beam because of the TIR optic lens. But these two are just incredible. You would think, before turning the P18 on, you would honestly think how much more brighter can it get from the P17. And then you turn the P18 on and you just realize, wow. So these two are very incredible. They do heat up very, very quickly, but the output that they have is just incredible. The technology they offer is just incredible. So I guess the final chat is, which one would you choose? I'd love some comments below about which one you guys would choose. My thoughts are that you will choose the one that best suits the applications for what you intend on using it for. So the P16 is my choice because I'm looking for a daily use light that has the capacity to be very bright, which the P16 is. So that would be my choice. It's 18650, nice and small, but not too small, and also not too big and not too heavy. Very important for me. But the P17 and the P18, I guess it's a matter of throw and it's a matter of size. Now, another slight difference between the P17 and P18 is that the P17 has no onboard charging. You need to remove the battery to charge it with your charging cable, whereas the P18 has this opening here to actually add the USB-C cable in there. Okay, so that's the only difference. That's a matter of opinion whether you like that or not. So what would you guys choose? Would you choose the P16, P17 or P18? I guess the major difference between the P17 and P18 in usage is, do you want glass breaking beads on your bezel? Do you want an extra oversized head, but with that comes more lumens and throw? Or are you happy with the P17? Personally, if I had to choose between the 17 and 18, I would go the 17 because it's got a smaller head, but basically the same amount of lumens. And it does have a little bit less throw, but honestly, for the applications I'd be using it for, I wouldn't notice the difference in throw. That being said, to light up an entire field, this is your go-to light because this just has an amazing amount of light pushing out with some just awesome spill. It is absolutely incredible. Now, another difference to take into account with these three lights is from lightshop.com.au, your P18 is going to cost you $194.95, but you will be able to use a 5% discount code, which is lightshop5. Your P17 is $179.95. and that will also come under the Light Shop 5 discount. And your P16 is $129.95. And again, you will get 5% off with your Light Shop 5 discount. So guys, there you have it. You've got your comparison video between the Acebeam P18, the Acebeam P17, and the Acebeam P16, all from the Defender series. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this review. Leave some comments below if you like about which one you'd choose, or if you've got any of them. Now you can get all these lights from lightshop.com.au. I will leave a link in the description of where to get all of these 3 lights. And if you like this video, guys, please hit like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Stay cool and stay safe. See ya.